to be here on the screen with everyone who is watching us right now and my two very special guests. I have Johnny Townsend, I have Tommy Townsend, and I feel like history is kind of being made here because actually they make history every single day that they're alive because they are brothers that have a lot in common. They're NFL punters. They have grown up together. They have found their craft together. They're gifting together. And right now they're together with us. And again, couldn't be more delighted. So Johnny, Tommy, hello and welcome.
Hey there. Thanks for having me on.
Great to have you. So little known fact for those that are tuning in that may not know this is that I have had the incredible opportunity to not only grow up in Orlando, that's one of the things that Tommy and Johnny and I have in common, but I also had an opportunity to grow up with their dad. Another thing that we have in common. The Townsend family are forever friends, forever family, and I've been able to see Tommy and Johnny not only grow up, but grow, as I said, into their gifting, into their incredible sports capabilities and performance. And so when we wanted to celebrate National Seafood Month, which is October, and really focus on the power of nutrition in seafood, and particularly how seafood and salmon power performance, power the athlete, I knew no place else to turn but to these two gentlemen that are with me today because they live it and they live it in all kinds of ways. So we've got fun times ahead. I actually think Tommy might be trying to do a little cooking. Am I mistaken, Tommy, or is that going on?
No, you're spot on. You're spot on. Yeah. So I have some of the pre-cooked salmon burgers, and so I was just gonna whip up one of those with some lettuce, tomato, salt, pepper. Since they're pre-cooked, I was just gonna go ahead and throw some oil in the pan, and just throw it in there, get a nice little crisp on there.
That's awesome. I love that. So what he's talking about is Cory salmon burgers. And Tommy kind of hesitated a bit because everyone always wants to know, probably first question is, how do you say that? So Johnny, we'll start with you. So again, it looks a little strange on the page, Kvaroy, but it's Cory. So Johnny, say Cory?
Cory.
You got it. And Tommy?
Cory.
See, the rest is just easy money. That's all there is to it. If all of life was that easy. Now, while you're working on those, actually, Johnny kind of got out before it got dark outside here in Florida and did his own version. Now, he's not trying to show you up, Tommy. I'm sure that your older brother has never done that, but he is quite the griller. So if I can be quite the computer person, I'm going to actually show you exactly what Johnny did today on his incredible Traeger grill. So let's give it a shot and see what we can do.
What's up, guys? Johnny here. I'm going to walk you through one of my favorite ways to prepare my favorite dish, the grilled salmon. Let's get to it. Before I season the salmon, I got to season the grill first. So the first thing I do is turn on my Traeger, set it to 225 to preheat on the super smoke mode, and I let it sit there for about 15 minutes just to season the inside of the grill. And I'm going to experiment with flavors today. I'm going to try out the Traeger cherry pellet. All right, as the grill's heating up to 225, we're going to get going on this fish. I couldn't be more excited about this cut of fish. It's from Fulton Fish Market in New York City. Been around since 1822. Came right out of the water in Norway about 4 days ago and flown directly to me. So let's get working on it. I like to keep it real simple when I'm seasoning my salmon. I start with about 1/4 cup of olive oil. I add a little bit of lemon juice to it. And then once that's all mixed up, I'll baste the salmon with it. And I'll let it sit for about 10 or 15 minutes before I throw it in the grill. But right before I do, I'll add my Traeger fin and feather rub. This is just a mix of salt, onion, spices, garlic, paprika, sunflower oil. So this is fairly simple too, but it still gives it that kind of lemony, herby taste that I really like on my salmon. Salmon's all seasoned and the grill hits 225. I crank it right up to 500. Once it hits 500, I pop it in, let it sit for about 25 minutes, and the Traeger do the rest. All right, after I leave the salmon on the grill at 500 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes, I take it off. And I kind of just look for my desired flakiness. I like my salmon a little more on the medium rare side. And after that, you find a couple dishes you like and pair it up.
And that is absolutely awesome. I love it. So Tommy, are you feeling a little competition now?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I kind of get him a little bit there.
Yeah, I have to admit that that I think Johnny is a little bit better cooked than me. He's a little bit more experienced. I just kind of try to throw things together and do what I can to make things taste good. But yeah, Johnny's a little bit better cooked than me.
One of the things I love about you doing the salmon burgers and also the salmon hot dogs, because again, they're easy to do, but you also have a couple of beautiful 8-ounce portions of salmon. We'll send you some recipes. Johnny, maybe we can kind of help them navigate how to make that happen. So really fantastic. I think you're going to love the salmon burgers. They're fantastic. And Johnny, did you all dive into that beautiful side of salmon you had on the Traeger?
We did, and it was an unbelievable cut of fish. There's a noticeable difference between what I ate tonight and anything you get at the stores. Yeah. That was really a special piece of fish.
It is. It's amazing. And again, you all know that I'm crazy about Cory Arctic salmon for so many reasons. Again, north of the Arctic Circle, a third generation farming family, farmed with a mindful, thoughtful way. No antibiotics used ever in the production of the fish. The feed is so incredible that it's what gave you that incredible flavor, Johnny, that you all were able to enjoy. And Tommy, you'll soon be able to enjoy, because that feed gives those omega-3s, that beautiful striation that's in the fish. And of course, that's kind of what we're really here to talk about, is how delicious the salmon is, but also how nutritious it is, and how athletes, pro athletes, elite athletes such as yourselves can really benefit from getting that kind of fish in play. And that kind of leads us. So Tommy, you keep cooking and let's just talk away. I'll tell those that are viewing us tonight a little bit of your background. Again, grew up in Orlando, as we said, were star football players for Boone High School, my alma mater, went on to play, both of them, at the University of Florida. And then Johnny went off into the NFL, again, was drafted by the Oakland Raiders, and then spent some time with the New York Giants and then the Baltimore Ravens. And right now, I'm very much in that free agent mode, looking for what's next. So we love that we can have you cooking salmon right now for what's next. And we're excited to see what's ahead. Tommy, again, same thing, Boone High School, University of Florida. And again, you went to the Kansas City Chiefs, which is why we're both Johnny and I, pretty happy that we could even have you with us tonight, because you've been on the field all day long.
Right. Yeah, no, they're usually pretty early days. And yeah, usually get home around 5:36. But it's actually funny today. We have salmon just at least a couple times a week, on the menu in the cafeteria, here in Kansas City at the practice facility. And that's something that our nutritionists and staff really think is truly it's an impactful superfood for athletes. And I just thought it was kind of funny that it was on the menu for lunch today.
Oh, see?
So of course I had to get a little filet.
Of course you did. But you're just double dipping, and I think that's a really great thing. I know. Now,
not a bad thing.
Right. How about back in the day when you were even in high school and then going into college play? Was there much of a focus on your nutrition? I mean, Johnny, did you, I know that obviously Florida is very focused on your hydration, i.e. The electrolyte replacement, but how about the food that you eat? Did you have much training or any kind of criteria put in place?
Sure. Well, we have pretty good background with eating nutritious meals. My parents cooked for us every night of the week, as from when we were kids till we left for college. So we always had good home cooked meals. And then when we got to University of Florida, we did have a full-time on-staff nutritionist. And, they kept it simple for us college kids. When you're a college athlete, you really don't pay much attention to the nutrition side, but they did a good job of educating us and letting us know, what we had to put on our plate so we could perform on Saturdays.
That's awesome. Amazing. And again, also, not only did your parents cook really nutritious, balanced meals for you, but another little known fact, their family for quite a number of years ran, operated, owned one of the most popular fish houses in Central Florida, Townsend's Fish House. And again, salmon, fish, it's where it was at. But at the time, it was more about how awesome salmon or any fish or seafood was, not so much the focus on how nutritious it was, especially for athletes. We know so much more now. It's pretty amazing. Tommy, how about for you? When you got to Florida, again, was there a change in the kind of food that you were being fed for the program versus what you were used to eating at home?
Yeah, definitely. One thing I noticed is that they would really plan out meals for us. They wouldn't really leave it up to like that. I guess they would leave it up to athletes what we would choose to eat once we got to dining areas and stuff like that. But as far as food options, they always had really great healthy options for us that kept us performing at a high level, which they want us to do. So yeah, we were both super fortunate to have great great nutrition staff at Florida.
Yeah, for sure, that's the case. And then Johnny, you went all the way obviously to Oakland, and again now you're in California, and there's such a focus there on nutrition, and you were mighty close to wine country too. That made my heart beat a little bit. But what about there? Was it a big aha when you got from the university realm into the pro realm? Was there more of a focus, as Tommy said, on what you were eating and maybe what you shouldn't be eating?
Definitely. Like Tommy said, they did a good job at Florida of just putting the food in front of you and let you make the choices from there. But when I got to the NFL, the first thing I noticed was how serious all the players took their nutrition, because I think they finally realized how much of a competitive edge they can truly have by putting that emphasis on their nutrition. Because, I think it goes a lot deeper than just supplementation. I mean, you could wake up and take a multivitamin or drink your protein shakes, but at the end of the day, if, you're not getting your omega-3 fatty acids, you're not getting all the protein you need, staying low on the sodium, hydrating, it can really be detrimental to an athlete. So, that was the biggest thing I noticed when people got to the NFL, is how serious they started taking their nutrition, and, they all became dietitians all of a sudden.
Yes,
that was really
exactly.
interesting to see.
It is. And again, as you say, not so much of a focus on just what not to eat. It's not about just avoiding junk food or whatever the word would be, as much as what to eat. I mean, you named a few. Protein. I mean, obviously hydration, but protein, omega fatty acids, vitamin D. There's so much in the food that we eat that not only powers you for the demand that you have on the field, but even powers you for the right recovery. And again, you two, I always call you the most stressed athletes on the field, because you get called into action, and everyone, not only in the stands, but everybody on every TV that's watching has all eyes on your foot, right? So you're not just dealing with the demand of the pressure of the game, but the personal pressure. So even being able to work with the mental acuity is the other thing that omega-3s do that are sometimes little known. Have you had much chatter about that?
Yeah, I've so when I got to the NFL, as like I said, they really kind of ramped up the education on your diet. And when I got to the NFL, I learned a little bit about how the omega-3 fatty acids can kind of help with your reaction time, cardiovascular health, and just overall brain function as well. That's something that I noticed, and I've really just done a good job of throwing salmon, which is my favorite fish. I've thrown that to my diet maybe 2 or 3 days a week at this point. I think tonight, my third night a week, I had salmon.
Love that.
So I do a good job
have
getting
it served in the cafeteria like Tommy did. I love that. Oh, that's fantastic in so many ways. Well, you kind of named it in a big way, that improved reaction time. I mean, again, you two know that I worked with the Orlando Magic for so many years, and Shaq and their top players, and for a while with LA Clippers. And again, it's so much more than just powering the body, in that case, the basketball player, to go up and down the court. It's that reaction time that you talked about, the fact that your muscles are primed and ready to move. You even have a different kind of nerve response and nerve reaction that we now know comes from omega-3s. But it's also, and you also nailed this, is that you said cardiovascular, but it's that increased oxygen. You have more of an oxygen capability, so that spells longer endurance as well. So you get those things together: improved reaction, more oxygen transfer, more endurance, and it's kind of the winning combination, which is pretty incredible overall.
Yeah,
What else? Yeah, I know. What else? What are the other foods that are kind of superfoods? Yeah, let's go. Yes. I love it.
I always bring it back to just, you can't just rely on supplementation. I mean, as an athlete, you break down your body, and it gets to the point where something has to give you the edge, and it's truly within that nutrition. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad we're touching on all this stuff, because I hope there's some people out there that can pick up a few things.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal, right? And not just for the elite athlete, the professional athlete like you all, but each one of us is what we call the everyday athlete. The goal is not just to be that weekend warrior that's out there, burning it up and probably walking towards an injury, but instead every day moving the body. So if you can have that edge, like you mentioned, my gosh, even better still. It's amazing. Have either of you through this time had an injury? I mean, have you had some inflammation of those golden feet that you have? Have you had anything that's kind of taken you out of play for a while?
Yeah, I could touch on that. I actually missed the majority of last season to an injury. I had some herniations and some thoracic discs in my back. And I missed a significant amount of the time of the season last year because of that. Completely healthy now, thank God. But
thank God.
It was the first time ever. I never missed time for an injury ever in my sports career, and it was a first for me. And I really, took to my nutrition and diet to really help supplement my recovery. Yeah. And it played a big role in it, especially with the inflammation, because I had kind of a neurological response to my injury, and I had a physical muscular response to my injury. That caused a lot of inflammation in areas that I just wasn't used to having. Mm-hmm. And I took to my nutrition and my diet, and I think that plan really helped me a lot.
Oh my gosh, in so many ways, because again, what we just said, those omega-3s that not only help to prevent injury, but it's that speeding recovery that plays such a part of it. I mean, it literally is like almost a healing balm that makes all the difference. It's those essential fatty acids that can make it, and it's good. Tommy, watching Johnny, I'm sure with, a lot of brotherly concern, did it change your perspective too with, injuries can happen, and wow, how it kind of takes you out of the game for a bit.
Right. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Injuries come when you least expect them. And I guess really the only thing you can do is to try and prevent them. And you do that by, so many things as an athlete. And, in this case, I've been really, focusing on diet as well, trying to switch things up and eat a lot more clean, healthier, and yeah, just try and put in foods that are just really gonna, help my body and help take it to the next level. And, there's other things like just like recovery and stretches and workouts and stuff like that, that, help with injury prevention. But But yeah, no, diet. I think diet is definitely, big thing that people overlook when it comes to injury prevention and getting your body back healthy, post injury.
Right. Yeah. Prevent it and then get it back once it has happened. And do you also find, because Johnny's touched on this, saying that it's really food, not supplements. Have you found that, and you don't have to say at the Chiefs, but just with any of the teams that you've played with, do people oftentimes think of nutrition as something you get in a supplement rather than just real food, Tommy?
Right. I think so. I think a lot of people definitely see it as that they just have a diet that's normal to them, and they find that they're lacking in certain vitamins and stuff like that, but and they think they have to go to supplements to get that. But I really think especially talking to my nutritionist here at the Chiefs, that just altering your diet slightly, incorporating certain foods can really help level out certain things like vitamins in your body. So yeah, I definitely think that that your diet can definitely help regulate stuff in your body instead of going out and trying to regulate everything with supplements.
Right. Well, because again, if you eat, let's say again, that beautiful salmon burger you're getting ready to show us, you're getting so much more than just protein. You're getting the omega-3s, you're getting vitamin D. And again, that's one of the things that I just am always in awe about, is that salmon and mushrooms are some of the few foods on the planet that naturally contain vitamin D. And there's that synergy that works between vitamin D and omega-3s, where 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. It really is more like 5, because of how it amps up that anti-inflammatory, but yet at the same time boosted or supported kind of immune system. So when you take a pill, you're getting usually that single kind of nutrient. You don't get the whole package. And that's why a food is, at least in this nutritionist perspective, is always the go-to. Okay, so Tommy, let's see that. Have you got the burger done?
Yeah, so this is the packaging that it comes in. It's great packaging, very easy to get it in and out. This is the pre-cooked salmon burger. I just popped it out, threw it in a pan, like I said, with a little bit of oil, some salt and pepper. Excuse my presentation skills.
Oh, look at that. No, I love it.
Some lettuce, tomato, some onions on there, a little piece of Swiss cheese, and then a little bit of mayonnaise on there as well. It looks absolutely delicious. It smells great, and I can't wait to dig into it.
That is awesome. Okay, so I think that, Johnny, you're going to maybe have Tommy starting to cook for you. I'm just going to say it could happen. And be cool.
Maybe.
He's
I
looking
think
doubtful.
the key to becoming a good chef is patience.
There you go. And there's that.
One thing people struggle to find, but that makes a good cook right there.
Patience. That is true. That is true. So I'm thinking we also need to get some Cory Arctic salmon to your nutritionist at the Chiefs. What do you think, Tommy?
Absolutely. I'm on board with that for sure.
I know, especially if you're having it that often in the athletes' cafeteria. I mean, that would be really awesome, because you want the flavor to come with it too. So final words. Everything we've said today, is there a message that you would say to those that are listening? You're pro athletes, you have gone through all of the hoops, if you will, to get to where you are. Again, is there a simple kind of encouragement you could give to the everyday athletes that are out here? Johnny?
Sure. Yeah, no, I just, like we touched on so much stuff tonight, but, really for the average everyday athlete out there, why not just kind of try to unlock your genetic potential, like we said, there's so much to, just your diet, nutrition alone, that supplementation can't even touch. From everyday inflammation and bloating to just overall recovery and energy throughout the day. It all comes with just a good diet. And if you can find yourself a good routine and healthy foods that you enjoy making, and It can really make for a happier life too.
I love that. And I'm writing those words down, unlock your genetic potential. You've nailed it. That's great. Okay, so Tommy, you thought cooking a salmon burger was hard to measure up to. Now what comes for you? What is the encouragement you can give?
I would probably just say just jump on diet as soon as you can. I feel like especially in athletes at every single level, people don't start to focus on diet until way down the road when they're like, oh, like why are my workouts not working as well as they should be, and all this. I think it's definitely the best idea possible is to just jump on your diet and focus on diet early and just get the ball rolling there. And that's just, it's going to help overall health and athletic performance.
Yeah, for life, really, which is awesome. And again, I think about the little ones, those that are in their even early leagues. And if you could kind of get them then with, wow, you're good now, but if you're going to stay the course and stay the champion, if you could start employing what food can do, there's no stopping. So I love that. So I've got a plan. The next time that you are both in town together and I'm in town, I think we need to find our way to that grill you had in the backyard there, Johnny, and that beautiful lake that was behind it. And Tommy, I think Johnny needs to give us some lessons on grilling. What do you think?
I am absolutely open to that. It looks like he's doing a pretty good job of it. So yeah, we'll definitely have to get a tip or two.
Okay. I love it. I love it. And you've got a big game coming up this weekend, I think.
That's right. Yeah, we're playing the Broncos in Denver. It's it's a big game, division game. But I'm actually really excited for it. Not just it's another opportunity to go out and play football, but also it's supposed to be a snow game. It's supposed to be mid-20s and snowing. So obviously a Florida boy who ended up playing at Florida, don't really come to cold weather that often and don't see snow very often either. So it's definitely going to be a game for the books for me.
I love that. Well, eat some salmon that day. It'll help to moderate your temperature. I believe it. That's all there is to it. Johnny, Tommy, thank you. You all are awesome. I love this. Hugs to your parents and eat salmon. That's my word for you today. And love that you love Cory Arctic as much as I do. So really fantastic. Good luck on the game. Have a great time and enjoy the rest of that side of salmon, Johnny. It looks fantastic. So we'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.